Hello everybody, ArkNova here, getting back to more Let's Play Trails from Zero. Time for us to head to Randy is just like a whoops. We're hitching a ride with Sergeant Major Seeker, aren't we? That'll save us plenty of time. Yes, but it will cost us plenty of CPIT. I wonder if I just walked to the tunnel. Alright, we made it. I'm always been impressed with how much faster we travel with your car. Let's hurry and ask the town mayor for details on the case. Sounds good, man. If I remember correctly, it was the house on the back of town. You do remember correctly. Good job. Excuse us, it's the special support section. Yes, I've been waiting for you all. Apologies for making you come all this way. Truth be told, I intended to go see you in the city, but... Please, don't worry about that. We were in the area, so stopping by wasn't an inconvenience or anything. So, would you mind explaining the support request to us? Of course, please take a seat. I'll pour some tea. Just 1 second. I see. In summary, one of your miners, Gantz, traveled across the city almost 2 weeks ago and hasn't been back since? Yes, precisely. See, he's a gambler at heart. People have even told me he would go to the city's entertainment district on weekends to gamble at the casino. The fact that he hasn't contacted anyone for 2 whole weeks has us worried. Everyone around town is wondering where he's gone or if something happened to him. That's definitely strange. Or maybe some specific reason he hasn't returned, such as being involved in an accident? At the very least, I hope he wasn't attacked by monsters that have started to appear on the city outskirts. What if the miner is just a damn good gambler? A guy could make a killing in the casino if he plays his cards right. If I were him and that happened, I'd be chilling in Michelin with a drink in one hand and the other around a pretty lady's waist. Yeah, I doubt that's the case. For starters, he isn't you. Randy makes a valid point about gambling, though. We cannot ignore the possibility. I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't see that happening. Why is that? He said he loves to gamble. Are there any other relevant qualities about him we should know of? Well, Gantz is the least serious person I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, but while he may love gambling to death, he's absolutely horrible at it. On top of that, he's got the luck of a man who would keel over from a splinter. Every time he calls home, his wallet is as dry as a desert. I see. In that case, he might make some cash in the lottery, but without any real skill, I doubt he'd win much in a poker game. Perhaps he took out a sum of mirror and ran off before the loan sharks could catch him? Well, that's another possibility to consider. That was actually one of the scenarios we considered before you arrived. Though, if that was true, I think we would have heard from him by now. Understood. Mayor Pixon, you can leave finding Gantz to us. For now, we'll start with investigating the casino and the other places he may have visited. Thank you, Lloyd. I'll leave this matter in your hands then. If you learn anything, could you contact my house phone? Of course, sir. Let me write down your phone number while I'm here. It's already evening. It's probably about time we head back to Crossbell City. We still need to gather more information before the day is done. So yes, we should return before it gets dark. Could you give us a ride, Noel? Yes, of course. Hop in and we'll move out. Noel's vehicle's pretty damn helpful. Thanks for your help today, everyone. Trust me, I plan to return the favor as soon as I can. I think you're giving us too much credit here, Sergeant Major. Yeah, dude, we should be thanking you for inviting us on this crazy adventure. Guys, about what happened in the temple, I think we should contact Crossbell Cathedral and have them sort things out from here on. I concur. If the ruins are, in fact, related to an artifact, our hands are tied. Right, that'd make it the church's jurisdiction. Either way, I'll discuss things with the deputy commander and figure out what to do. So, are you guys going to start asking around the city now? Yep, starting with the casino. Did you contact us if the CGF learns anything? About Gantz, you mean? Of course. Anyway, I'll let you guys get back to work. Good luck. You too, Noel. Well then, Randy, stop by. Well then, ready to stop by the casino? Remember, we don't have too much time to waste. Let's go. There's still a lot we don't know about Gantz. Well, what are we waiting for? To the entertainment district. Oh, excuse me. About time for the business of the casino to really pick up. You guys ready? Let's find ourselves a miner and hit the slots, too. We're only doing one of those things, Randy, and it's the slots. Considering we are undercover, there's absolutely zero reason for us to play. Agreed. Anyway, let's just stick with questioning employees and customers. Perhaps that will lead to some clue about Gantz's whereabouts. Yeah, bunch of killjoys. Where's the prize exchange counter? Let's see what kind of prizes they can get. Let's see. That would be pretty good. Whoa, King Burger's pretty kingly. Ugh. I need this. Oh, I could actually theoretically get that. You wanna know about Gantz? You should probably talk to the owner about him. He's usually up for a chat over at the bar. Good evening, everyone. Have you all come to play with Randy? No, not today. We actually want to ask you something. We would ask about the missing miner. Missing? That's preposterous. He came here earlier. Guy managed to make a killing, too. Wait, really? And he was winning, you say? Come on, Drake. You must be thinking of someone else, right? You see, we're looking for a miner from Mainz. I doubt he has the skill or intuition needed to stay afloat here. I assure you, I know the man. It all started about 2 weeks ago. It had been a while since I last saw him, but I swear it was like he was a completely different person. Thanks to him, my dealers are in the middle of a losing streak. We've lost almost 500,000 Mira to him now. 500,000? That is an exorbitant amount of money. There's no friggin' way, man. He's gotta be cheating, right? As I'm sure you know, we are professionals. If someone was cheating, we would notice. Besides, he's not only shown incredible talent, but miraculously good luck as well. Everybody here would like to know how in the world he turned into a gambling phenom. Interesting. That's quite different from the story Mayor Vixen gave us. Excuse me, sir. Apparently Gantz hasn't returned to Mainz yet. Do you have any idea where he's staying? Ah, yes. Last I heard, he's staying at the hotel across the street. The deluxe suite on the top floor, no less. Well, I guess he does have the mirror for it. Seriously, that place is crazy expensive. In any case, I'm surprised we were able to find him this easily. Likewise, we should go and pay him a visit. It's already nighttime. We need to go and speak with Gantz. Right, let's head over to the hotel. The VIP rooms are on the top floor. Imagine hitting the jackpot and living the baller life in a 5-star hotel. Damn, I'm jealous as hell. Focus on the problem at hand, Randy. That's our man. Is that you, Randy? Oh my, long time no see. Haha, pleasure seeing you all again. Who the hell are you people? Excuse us, sir, we're with the CPD. You must be Gantz from Mainz. That's right. Ain't I met you somewhere before? Have we? I recognize this man. Did we not save him from Warhounds during the Mainz incident? Oh, you're right. That indeed was him. Huh? I think I remember now. You're those kids from way back when, ain't you? So what you want? Well, we received a request from the Mayor of Mainz. A request to track you down. The mayor's looking for me? What for? Come on, man. You've been here for like 2 weeks without contacting anyone, yeah? Everyone's all worried about you. They thought you went missing. As such, we were requested to find you. Okay. Well, you found me. Congrats. So can you head out and buzz off now, eh? I ain't never going back to that hellhole for as long as I live. Why is that? For what reason? What, ain't it obvious? I'm the greatest gambler this state's ever seen. It ain't just my killer skills at the tables. Oh yeah, Lady Luck is my bitch too. Who the hell would want to go back to Maine just to smash rocks all day long? Wait a second. Watch it. Are you sure that's what you want? Everyone's worried sick about you. You could at least contact the mayor and give him some peace. Shut up! Just shut up! You can't order me around like this, kid. Heh, one more round of Barca, it'll be off to Michelin for me. Hey ladies, how about I take you to that fancy schmancy resort this weekend? You can pick whatever you want from those boutiques they got too. Bill's on me. Wow, really? We can't wait to go. Well, that's Gantz, and he's here. Ain't much we can do about him. Dude's way too full of himself. Yeah, you're probably right. Regardless, we're still obligated to inform the mayor of the situation. It's not our right to force him to return to Maine. Indeed, it was his own conscious decision. What's on your mind, Lloyd? You look like something's bothering you. Yeah, so here's the thing. He was just an amateur gambler who played casually. I doubt he's nearly lucky or sharp enough to be good. Yet somehow he's suddenly on multiple winning streaks. No matter how I analyze the situation, it just doesn't add up. That's true. Yeah, sure sounds fishy to me. You think he'd tell me all of his tricks if I butter him up with a few drinks? Are you not already a skilled gambler, Randy? Only when I'm on a hot streak, my friend. Not a chance in hell I'd pull off wins for 2 consecutive weeks and win $500,000 Mira. Pretty sure you'd only be able to pull that off if you were as skilled as Jack. Jack's a fictional character, Randy. Oh, the heck, you guys are still around? Whoa, take it down now, sweet cheeks. Can I ask you two honeys something real quick? I'm just a little curious about this Gantz fellow in there. Go right ahead. Oh, what is it? Is he involved in some sort of crime? Nah, it ain't nothing like that. Just wondering if he's always been such an arrogant jackass. Even with the few drinks he's had, he laid the attitude on a bit thick, okay? Yeah, I can see what you mean. It's true, he wasn't nearly as cocky when he first started gambling. But as time went on, his victories began to feed his ego. Though, we're just hostesses, so we don't really mind. Yeah, I see. So it's safe to say that the arrogance wasn't stemming from the alcohol, right? Personality aside, that man is something else. It's almost as if he could see through the cards while they were laid down. He must have razor-sharp senses. No kidding, it's totally insane. To be honest, He even won straight-up bets at the roulette table, too. You think he can read the dealer's mind? That does sound most impressive. Sounds like a superpower than being more like a superpower than being perceptive. Damn it, why couldn't Adios have blessed me with such wonderful talents? Anyway, that's about all we know about Gantz. Are we good to get back to work? Yup, you've been real helpful. I think I'll come see you cuties again when I get some free time around here. Yeah, I won't get my hopes up, but I'll be waiting for you. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to work now. Peace. In any case, we should convey this information to the mayor. Yeah, give me a second, I'll call him. Lloyd put out Mayor Bixon's phone number and dialed it. Hello, this is Bixon speaking. Good evening, sir. This is Lloyd Vanish from the Triple S. Oh, so you've called. Were you able to find any information on Gantz? Well, about that. Lloyd explained everything that happened to Mayor Bixon. I am finding it hard to believe that such a thing has happened. A man like Gantz striking riches from gambling and living in a luxury hotel? We tried to reason with him, but he refuses to return to Maine. So we figured the least we could do was report the situation to you. Oh no, you've done exemplary work. If this is truly the case, then I shall make my way to the city tomorrow and speak to Gantz directly. Thank you for your hard work. We're just doing our job, sir. If we can be of further assistance, then please don't hesitate to contact us again. We'll keep helping if we can. Thank you. I'll be counting on you all. What did the mayor say? Well, he was definitely surprised about Gantz. He said he'd be coming to Crossville City tomorrow so we can speak to him. Doubt there's a better man for the job, to be honest. What's wrong, Tio? You've been quiet for a while now. Is something bothering you? No, not particularly. It was a long day, so I am feeling a bit fatigued. No kidding, investigating those ruins earlier took a toll on me. The sun is already set, so perhaps we should return home. Key is waiting for our return, right? Indeed she is. It's as if my exhaustion is completely erased when I see her smile. I don't know if I'd go that far. I do get what you mean, though. Geez, talk about a group of doting parents, eh? Let's hurry on home and see our little kiddo. Indeed. We take the back alley route. We take the back alley route. Rantang, Coran. anything worthwhile at Imelda's? No, still the same basic goodies. The nighttime music here is a little ominous sounding. Phew, we're home. Oh, you're back! Yay! I wish I could be as full of energy as you always are, Kia. Yep, I'm always ready to roll. You're late. Was there a lot of work today? More or less. Bet we would have keeled over if we didn't have that nice car to drive around in. I second that. Hey, Tio, you look super tired. Are you alright? Yes, I'll be fine. After all, seeing your cute faces re-energized my batteries, Kia. Kia? Since I'm full of energy, I don't mind sharing some with you. No good luck. Ah, that's Kia for you. Never seen medicine that potent. Perhaps the Kia hug is stronger than a wonder drug. Thank you, Kia. I think I'm sufficiently recharged. I'm glad. Come to think of it, is the chief not home yet, Kia? The chief? Oh, he's over in his office. A visitor came by and he's still talking with him. A visitor? That's pretty rare considering the time. Do you remember what he looked like? He's an old man with a big beard. He kind of reminds me of a bear. I think the chief called him something like a lawyer. Oh, Mr. Grimwood's here? Why is he stopping by so late? Should we go greet him while we have the opportunity? I will leave all that to you. I'm on kitchen duty tonight. You alright with cooking for everyone? If you want, I can take over for you tonight. No, I already made preparation for dinner earlier. It should be almost ready. Kia, hold on just a little while longer, okay? Oh, Tio, can I help you get the food ready? You want to? Well then, you'll be my sous chef. Now, oh yeah, turn in quests. Excuse us. Hey, what took so long? Oh, sorry to be intruding when it's so late. So it was Mr. Grimwood after all. It's not every day you decide to visit us. Yes, well I had some matters to discuss with Sergey. Since I was in the neighborhood, I took the opportunity to stop by. Matters to discuss? Yeah, I'll cut to the heart of it. It's about Kia's identity. Oh, then did you guys figure anything out? Unfortunately not. Seems her request was also submitted to the guild, but I, at Sergey's behest, explored another possibility. Unfortunately, it wasn't. No, actually, I'm pleased to say the possibility I looked into was a bust. You were happy it was a bust? Right, it was pertaining to a story several years back. There were multiple cases of child abductions, primarily being focused in the Calvard Republic. Child abductions? Horrible. I'll omit the more unnecessary details, but it was a pretty massive scandal. Because Calvard wasn't the only country targeted, an international investigation team was created to get to the bottom of things. Each country's army, police forces, the Bracer Guild, you name it. Everyone cooperated to put an end to that mess. That's crazy. It's the first I've heard of it. Same here. Since it was kept under wraps, it must have been pretty damn serious. Yes, eventually the case was closed. Due to its nature, in the end, the case was treated as strictly confidential. Only reason I know about it is because I was involved, serving as an advisor. Please, hold on a second. You're saying there's a chance Kia could be one of the victims from this whole abduction incident? I thought the same thing, so I searched through the case records again. To my relief, I wasn't able to find any of the children who matched Kia's description. For the record, the men responsible for the horrors were almost all arrested and the rest committed suicide. Oh. Today, I simply came to inform Sergey of my findings. I see. I'm relieved that Kia wasn't a part of that, but the fact that it actually happened. I would have ended up telling you all about this eventually. Anyway, we're back to square one with Kia. Well, let's get off our back, right? Just gotta keep looking after the kiddo until we find one of her relatives. Right, I'd appreciate it if you kept sheltering the child here. But in case we can't end up finding a relative, we should consider entrusting her to a foster family, or to a church orphanage. Hold on, but you'll need to wrap your heads around those possibilities. Adopting a kid and properly raising them, that's not something you can jump into half-assed, no matter how adorable she may be. That might be true. It's probably a bit more difficult than taking in a stray kitten or something. I'm sorry, everyone. Sounds like I brought down the mood a bit. You all just returned from a long day at work, correct? I imagine you have a report to finish, so it's time I excuse myself. No, please wait. The truth is, there's something we were planning on consulting you about. Oh, with me? Yes, actually. We'll explain the situation with the missing minor to Sergey and Mr. Grimwood. So, you're working on a missing persons case? That sounds like the job for the Triple S, alright. It didn't seem like anything illegal was going on, so we just left him how he was. I wonder if we should have tried a little harder to get him to go home. Well, that's a complicated question. If a bracer tried to, there's a possibility that he'd listen to reason or at least negotiate, but if a police officer tried to pull that move, odds are that the whole situation would turn into a giant fiasco. It's an exceedingly fine line. I was afraid you'd say that. The guy's old enough to make his own decisions, so unfortunately it's none of our business. God dang. If he were just some brat, we could have given him a spanking and taken him home. That's true. However, you mentioned he gained gambling skill, luck, and intuition like he was a different man. Ian, something about this rub you the wrong way? Well, it might be just coincidence, but lately 2 other similar stories have come to my attention. No kidding? God dang it. It's in my throat. You telling me there's not 1 but 3 lucky bastards who hit the jackpot? No, it's a bit different. The stories I heard about involve a stockbroker who works for a securities firm and the manager of a trading company. Recently, both companies sustained heavy losses and were almost in the red, but in the last 2 days, they seem to have experienced an incredible rebound. I could hardly believe it until I saw the numbers, especially that stockbroker. Story goes that he bought and sold stock with unprecedented luck and intuition as if he could see the future. That sounds pretty familiar. Don't worry, I'm sure it's only a coincidence. From what I've heard, the attitudes have changed in addition to their skills. They've supposedly become extremely arrogant. That tidbit piqued my interest. That's definitely strange. Hey, Ian, any chance you know the backgrounds of these 2? Not yet. But if you're interested, I can start researching right away. You have to check the possible ties, I presume? Yes, if possible. Something catch your attention, Chief? When you're in this business, Lloyd, it never hurts to have all the information you can. It's as simple as that. Ah, I understand. I told me something like that too. That decisive factors in an investigation are intuition and the information you uncovered. Well then, I'll get out of your way now. If you ever have anything bothering you, don't hesitate to stop by my office. I'll do anything in my power to help you out. Thank you very much, Mr. Grimwood. When the time comes, we'll come knocking. Anyway. Ross managed to recover their smuggling routes? Yes, sir. 3 of the routes we decimated over the last week have already been reorganized. We've been trying to impede them, but their resilience was most unexpected. How curious. I was led to believe that they didn't have the manpower to accomplish such a thing. Did their boss finally involve themselves in the restoration efforts? That's the strangest part. The killing bear was nowhere to be found. This appeared to be solely the work of subordinates. The reports state that they only brought enough for a small army. Not only that, but there were no warhounds present either. How interesting. Now I'm even more curious. Had this been a battle of numbers, Heiue would have come out victorious. Did they employ those Rhineford heavy machine guns, perhaps? Yes, actually, the main forces appeared to have been armed with them. However, the report also mentions that their battle prowess has skyrocketed. Interesting. I get the impression Don Marconi is trying his damnedest to appease the speaker and quell his rage. I don't recall any new reports of Jaegers being employed or any training exercises being held either. Very peculiar indeed. Are you implying they've acquired a trump card right under our noses? Precisely. When comparing our respective trump cards, I get the feeling that theirs is extraordinary. Much like Master Yin, I believe that theirs is a wild card, one that can turn the tides of battle at a moment's notice. Damn them, what in the world is it then? What was that? Ah yeah, speak of the devil and we shall come. We got a big problem on our hands. A group of men draped in black are unloading rounds into the building. Ravash, I think. There's about 10 of them, and the killing bear isn't one of them. There are only 10 measly grunts. Hurry it up and finish them off then. And don't worry about the police. This is self-defense, so anything goes. Well, the thing is, these guys aren't human. I'm telling you, they're holding massive machine guns with only one hand. The first floor has been breached. It's only a matter of time before they reach us, sir. Damn it, if only Master Yin was here. Oh dear. I don't think I'll be able to outwit them in a barbaric situation like this. Master Cao, you don't mean? We're leaving Lao. Relying on Yin for a petty squabble like this would be a stain on Heyway's name. Come, let's demonstrate our might as the conquerors of the Eastern Quarters. So, shit is hitting all of the fan blades. It's all over the walls and everything. Oh, she's here for breakfast. This girl's full of surprises. You're telling me that Kia cooked all these sunny-side up eggs for us? She sure did. Her technique was so good that I found myself taking mental notes while watching. Fried eggs with a bit of runny yolk. Nice. My favorite. Over medium. Get a load of this bacon too. It's like perfectly crisp. The best kind of bacon. She does seem to have quite the knack for the culinary arts. Yesterday's cream stew is basically her own creation. Are you guys sure you haven't had any prior cooking experience, Kia? I don't know. Maybe. Whenever I cook, it's like my hands are moving on their own. Well, I guess it's true that cooking is more through personal experience than anything else, but the fact that she's this talented at her age is pretty amazing. Hey, Tio, I was wondering, do you feel okay today? You look fine as far as I can tell. But don't you think it'd be better to take the day off and rest? No, I'm fine. After all, I went to bed quite a bit earlier than usual yesterday. You can if you need me. I don't think we have any urgent requests to take care of, so we can always wait and see how you're feeling. A call? Pretty early for that, ain't it? Is it Fran? I'll check. Hello, this is Lloyd Manning of the Special Support. Yeah, I know already. Now, where the heck are you? What are you doing right now? Jonah? Wow, I was expecting a night owl except to be awake this early in the morning. Ha, implying I didn't pull an all-nighter. But enough about that, it doesn't matter. From how carefree you sound, I bet you don't know anything at all, right? Don't know what exactly. So you don't know. Well then, I, the great and brilliant Jonah, will do you a favor. In the dead of night yesterday, well technically today, I guess, but that's beside the point. Either way, Heyway's office building was raided by someone. What? They were caught completely off guard too. No offense, all defense, you know? Apparently they took some super serious damage. If you ask me, it had to have been done by those Voss guys. It's not outside their own possibility. Thanks for the heads up, Jonah. Haha, you owe me one, Lloyd. That was Jonah? Yeah, something crazy's popped up. Lloyd relayed the information he heard from Jonah to the rest of the special support section. Is that really true, Lloyd? That's freaking insane. It's bold to pull off such a thing in the city, even if it was in the middle of the night. What? Interesting development. If true, I bet anything that the 1st Division's already jumped on the case. If it bothers you that much, go check it out, but only after you finish eating. Will do, sir. Alright, will you be good to go, Tia? Yes, of course. We can walk over to the Harbor District after we finish our breakfast. Breakfast. I could go for some breakfast myself. This place is a mess. Raid will do that. Yep, this confirms it. I'm seeing traces of heavy weaponry all over. At least they didn't resort to blowing them up with explosives. Oh, I see you guys are on the scene too. Hey Franz, what's the situation look like? We rushed over here as soon as we heard the news. I don't know much yet. All I've heard is that shots are fired in the middle of the night. Dudley and the others are in the middle of conducting an investigation. It sounds like the 1st Division took on the case immediately. Well, they are highly coordinated. We'd like to ask the members of Heyway some questions. Do you mind letting us inside? I suppose I could. I was only told not to let civilians pass through here. You'll have to make up an excuse to Dudley for me, though. Of course, thanks for helping us out. Easy. We're also police officers. We are entitled to be on the scene. Cow, my apologies for intruding on you. We wish to collaborate with you, so would you be willing to share the details of the raid with us? You have to forgive me, after all, it was late into the night. I haven't the foggiest idea of whom the assailants may be, or why they targeted our humble company. Even so, it appears you're able to mount an efficient defense. The first and second floors are devastated, yet this room remains spotless. How in the world were you able to fend off the assailants armed with heavy machine guns? I'll admit, it was tricky. However, the assailants managed to escape our grasp, I'm afraid. Many of our men were sent to St. Ursula. Dear, oh dear, what a disaster. If you'll have my condolences if you'll... Excuse us. You four? What's the special support section doing here? Why, good morning, Detective Bannings. I see the rest of you are in attendance too. Pardon our interruption, Cal. I know you're busy with the aftermath of the raid, but could I borrow a minute of your time? Anything for you, my friend. If you'll excuse us then, Dudley, I appreciate you having stopped by. Damn, we'll step aside then. This irritates me to no end, but I'm leaving this steak to you. Try to get what you can out of him. Ah, yes, sir. It's been quite some time, my friends. I hear you all had quite the adventure on the final day of the anniversary festival, correct? I'm assuming Yin has already informed you. As you know, the Special Support Section doesn't follow conventional investigative protocol. And with that in mind, how about you go ahead and tell us your true intentions? Oh, what's this? Lloyd? There's no point in wasting our time with his usual song and dance. Not only that, but we have a lot of ground to cover with Cal. I figured I'd get straight to the point. Whoa, Lloyd, pretty gutsy move, eh? I'm surprised, Lloyd. It's rare to see you act audaciously. Exactly as I anticipated, Mr. Bannings. I had seen this coming from the beginning. Very well. I'm not particularly fond of trivial exchanges anyway. If your questions are within the realm of my knowledge, I will provide the answers you seek. Thank you, Cal. I wanted to ask you about these 3 topics. Are you positive Ravash is behind last night's raid? Can you say for certain that the attack wasn't carried out by a third party? I highly doubt it was anyone other than Ravash. Doubting the possibility entirely, are we? Sir. The assailants may have been masked to conceal their identities, but there's no doubt it was Ravash's men. Their weapons and combat style were identical to Ravash. That kind of stuff isn't so easy to obscure. I see, that makes sense to me. In case something still rubbed me the wrong way. I hear you Heiyue dudes are all pretty damn good martial artists. Your main man Lao here looks like he can hand out beatings left and right. You flatter me. I'm sure Ravash doesn't have a shortage of combat pros, but none of them can match with you guys one-on-one. So then, how'd you guys get thrashed so hard by a handful of their thugs? Was that old Killing Bear leading the charge or something? No, I don't believe he participated in the attack. Neither did his right-hand men, for that matter. We believe Ravash's regular combat personnel to be behind the attack. If that's the case, then how? Though their techniques were simple, their speed and power were beyond comprehension. They were able to brandish those heavy machine guns single-handedly. Our defenses were easily crushed by their unnatural strength. They overtook the first 2 floors with ease. No fooling? It was only limited to their power and speed. Either they had inhuman endurance as well. And thanks to that, I had to put into practice a few dangerous techniques. Dangerous techniques? Like what? You seem pretty knowledgeable about combat yourself, Cal. I am nothing but an amateur compared to Master Yin. I'll get straight to the point, Cal. How do you plan to respond to their raid? Oh, what kind of question is that? Take a moment to ponder what kind of organization Heiyue is. You found your answer, correct? So you're after revenge? Oh, please, keep such scandalous rumors to yourself. I've been merely referring to the crisis management. At the end of the day, we only seek profits. And in situations where our profits are threatened, it is my sworn duty to crush our antagonizers through the appropriate methods. I fail to see what's so strange about that. Yeah? What an annoyingly shrewd man. Does requesting the assistance from Heiyue's main office lie among those proper methods? Ah. Just calling out the big guns from Heiyue's main office? Awfully blunt, aren't we? My pride is at stake here. I have no such plans at this moment. Furthermore, there's no guarantee the main office will respect my wishes. They may intervene regardless. Well, I should be able to stave off direct intervention for a little while at least. Either way, we lack the proper knowledge on Ravash's current state. So we don't have an effective countermeasure for them. We're simply investigating their movements for the time being. Though our most reliable and cooperative employee, in fact. You requested Yin's assistance? He's the best of the best for these kinds of undercover missions, yeah? This isn't directly related to the case in question, but I figured I'd ask while I'm already here. Do you really not know anything about Kia? Ah. Are you sure, Lloyd? Ah, Kia, you said. Is that a person's name or perhaps some kind of code? Forgive me for speaking out of line. You're more serious than I expected. All I know is that Kia is the name of that little girl you took into custody after the Shores auction. Well, and that our dear collaborator offered you a small piece of advice there. The exhibits for the second half of the auction are all stored in the room over there. According to information that was sent to Heiyue, there's a bomb, so to speak, in those items. I recommend you confirm it for yourselves. A large leather trunk will be exhibited in the second half of the auction. Inside the trunk is a bomb, which will only serve to jeopardize Ravash's position. We were able to receive that piece of information via our own networks. We've had no means of discerning who this informant was as of yet. However, in some ways, that only made it more credible. We wanted to be certain, so we asked our dear Master Yin to go check on it. Even in my wildest dreams, I never expected the true identity of the bomb to appear to be in the form he did. Damn, it looks like he's gonna feign ignorance to the very end. Let's assume you're telling the truth. Do you have any inkling as to who that informant might have been? Oh, stretching. Logically speaking, a bombshell of this magnitude points to the actions of a Ravash defector. However, taking into account the skill required to convey the information to us, they must be adapted. At any rate, this is as far as our knowledge regarding Kia goes. I'd appreciate it if you'd believe me. Understood. Thanks for answering us honestly. Now then, does this conclude your questioning? Yes, for the moment. I appreciate your cooperation. You mind if I give the department an outline of what we discussed? Do as you like, my friend. By the way, Detective Manning, what's up? I'll be honest with you, the raid was far beyond what I thought Ravash was capable of. I was under the impression that I was fully cognizant of Ravash's strength, connections, and patterns. Yet they were able to pull off such a brazen attack on us in their weakened state. They've splendidly surpassed all my expectations. I must say, I am unbelievably excited for what's to come. I cannot recall a moment in the last few years where a situation didn't proceed the way I had planned. I can finally wield my intellect to crush my foes without remorse. This truly is an indescribable joy. Dude, chill out. You're unbelievable. Do not think for one second that I will allow the police to ruin my fun. Although you're special, so I'll grant you a unique opportunity, so to speak. Will you be able to broker a resolution between both groups before Heiyue begins its all-out retaliation? I'll be eagerly awaiting your next move. Well, that was something. They gave us plenty of useful information to work with, but I can't believe they suggested the high possibility of a full-blown conflict. If things keep heating up the way they have, then it's about to get real messy. We're screwed if they decide to have a firefight in the middle of town. Additionally, we have to consider the possibility that Heiyue may call for reinforcements. This is all sounding a bit too ominous. It sounds like we have a bit of time still, judging by what Kyle said. At any rate, we can't leave Ravash unchecked any longer. We need to start looking into it before Heiyue mobilizes their forces. I agree. Shall we visit each of the districts and question the citizens? No, we don't have enough time. I think it's time we go straight to the source. Let's get our answers from Ravash directly. You're kidding, right? We may have gone there once before, but still. That was before the incident at the auction. Are we not acting too recklessly? Yeah, I can't imagine they'd overlook anything outside of Kia's case. There's something else I'm concerned about, though. What might that be? Garcia's movements. We've quarreled with him before, but he never seemed the type to be reckless. I was under the impression that he had a strong command over his subordinates. Good eye, he used to be a well-known Jaeger commander, in fact. Didn't think he'd order his men to launch an assault on Heiyue like that. Well, there's a chance he ordered the attack at Heiyue. It's entirely possible that his subordinates acted independently. I'd certainly like to get to the bottom of this. I agree. It'd be a good idea to search for clues around their base. Do you guys want to head there now? We don't have a choice, do we? As long as we remain outside of the perimeter, the level of risk will be low. Let's go have ourselves a little stakeout. Stakeout or not, we're gonna call it here. Well then, everybody, it's been Ark Nova, fleeing trails from Zero. Until next time, stay cool.